You know, folks, you can't tell the story of America without talking about cars. Cars have been more than just a mode of transportation. They've been a symbol of freedom, innovation, and the American dream. From the bustling streets of New York City to the open highways of the Midwest, cars have shaped the way we live, work, and play. And you can't talk about cars without mentioning General Motors. GM isn't just a company, it's an institution that has been at the forefront of the automotive industry for over a century. Their headquarters stand as a testament to their enduring legacy and commitment to excellence. Since 1908, GM has been a driving force in the auto industry, a true American icon. From the early days of the automobile to the modern era, GM has consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible. Their cars have evolved with the times, reflecting changes in technology, design, and consumer preferences. From humble beginnings to becoming a global giant, it's a story of innovation, resilience, and a whole lot of horsepower. The early factories were bustling with activity, producing some of the first cars that would go on to become classics. Today, their state-of-the-art assembly lines are a marvel of modern engineering, utilizing advanced robotics and automation to produce vehicles that are safer, more efficient, and more reliable than ever before. I've always been fascinated by the history of automobiles. There's something magical about seeing a classic car from the early 20th century, knowing that it was once the pinnacle of technology and design. These vintage car shows are like a time capsule, offering a glimpse into the past and a chance to appreciate the craftsmanship and ingenuity that went into these early vehicles. And for me, GM holds a special place. It's not just about the cars themselves, but what they represent. Each GM vehicle is a piece of history, a testament to the company's enduring legacy and its impact on American culture. It's a company that has constantly pushed boundaries, introduced groundbreaking technologies, and captured the spirit of the open road. From the first electric starter to the latest in autonomous driving technology, GM has always been at the cutting edge of innovation. Their engineers and designers are constantly working to create the next generation of vehicles that will define the future of transportation. Just think about the iconic cars, the Corvette, the Camaro, the Cadillac Eldorado. These aren't just vehicles, they're legends. Each one has its own story, its own place in the pantheon of automotive history. The Corvette, with its sleek lines and powerful engine, is the epitome of American sports cars. The Camaro, a symbol of muscle and performance, has been a favorite among car enthusiasts for decades. And the Cadillac Eldorado, with its luxurious design and advanced features, represents the pinnacle of American luxury. These weren't just vehicles, they were statements. Owning a Corvette or a Camaro wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was about making a statement, about expressing your personality and your love for the open road. These cars have been admired, coveted, and celebrated by generations of car lovers. But it's not just about the cars themselves. It's about the experiences they create. Think about all the family road trips, the daily commutes, the spontaneous adventures. GM cars have been there for all of it, providing a reliable and enjoyable driving experience. It's about what they represent. GM cars are more than just machines. They're a part of our culture, our history, and our identity. They've been a part of countless parades, community events, and celebrations, symbolizing the spirit of America. GM cars have been a part of American life for generations. They've been there for the big moments and the everyday ones, creating memories that last a lifetime. From the first car a teenager drives to the family vehicle that takes you on countless adventures, GM cars have been a constant presence in our lives. They've been driven by families, racers, rebels, and everyone in between. Whether it's on the racetrack, the open road, or the daily commute, GM cars have been a part of our journey, providing the performance, reliability, and style that we expect from a world-class automaker. They've been featured in movies, TV shows, and songs, etching their place in our collective memory. From the silver screen to the small screen, GM cars have been a part of some of the most iconic moments in entertainment history, becoming stars in their own right. And just like America itself, GM has seen its share of challenges over the years. Economic downturns, labor strikes, and technological shifts have all tested the company's resilience. But through it all, GM has remained steadfast, adapting to the changing landscape and emerging stronger than ever. But you know what? They've always found a way to adapt, to innovate, and to come out stronger. Today, GM is leading the charge into the future with their electric vehicle prototypes and cutting-edge designs. They're not just keeping up with the times, they're setting the pace for the entire industry. That's the American spirit, and that's what makes GM such an enduring company. It's a story of perseverance, innovation, and a relentless drive to be the best. And as we look to the future, one thing is certain: GM will continue to be a driving force in the automotive world, shaping the way we move and inspiring the next generation of car lovers. Let's go back to the beginning, to 1908. It was a time of great innovation and change, a period when the world was on the brink of a technological revolution. The streets were bustling with horse-drawn carriages, but a new invention was about to change everything. William C. Durant, a real go-getter, founded General Motors. Durant was not just any ordinary businessman, he was a man with a vision, a dream to transform the transportation industry. He saw the potential in the burgeoning automobile market and knew he had to be a part of it. Now, Durant wasn't an engineer or a mechanic. He was a businessman, a visionary. He had an uncanny ability to see opportunities where others saw obstacles. His talent lay in his ability to bring people together, to inspire them to work towards a common goal. He saw the potential of the automobile and knew he had to be a part of it. The automobile was more than just a mode of transportation, it was a symbol of freedom and progress. Durant understood this and was determined to make his mark on the industry. Durant was a master of acquisitions. He had a keen eye for spotting valuable companies and knew how to negotiate deals that would benefit General Motors. His strategy was simple yet effective: acquire the best companies and integrate them into a cohesive unit. He understood that to dominate the industry, he needed to bring together the best and brightest. He sought out talented engineers, designers, and managers, creating a team that was second to none. This team was the backbone of General Motors' success. He started by acquiring Buick, then Oldsmobile, two of the most respected names in the industry at the time. These acquisitions were just the beginning of Durant's ambitious plan to create an automotive empire. Oakland, which later became Pontiac, and Cadillac soon followed. Each acquisition brought new strengths and capabilities to General Motors, making it a formidable player in the industry. Durant's vision was becoming a reality. He was like a kid in a candy store, scooping up all the best brands. His enthusiasm was infectious, and it drove the company forward. Durant's ability to see the potential in each acquisition was unparalleled. But Durant didn't stop there. He was always looking for the next big opportunity, the next company that could add value to General Motors. His relentless pursuit of growth was a key factor in the company's success. He went on to acquire more than 20 companies in just a few short years. This rapid expansion was unprecedented and showcased Durant's ambition and determination. He was building something truly remarkable. He brought in companies that made everything from car parts to lighting systems. This vertical integration allowed General Motors to control every aspect of the production process, ensuring high quality and efficiency. He was building an empire, a vertically integrated behemoth that controlled every aspect of the automotive process, from design and manufacturing to sales and service. General Motors was a powerhouse. Now, you might think this rapid expansion would lead to chaos. Managing such a vast and diverse organization was no small feat, but Durant had a plan, a vision that guided every decision he made. But Durant had a plan. He was a master strategist, always thinking several steps ahead. He knew that to succeed, he needed to maintain a delicate balance between growth and stability. He understood that each brand needed its own identity, its own personality. This was crucial for maintaining customer loyalty and brand recognition. Durant's ability to manage this complexity was one of his greatest strengths. He let each company maintain its unique character while providing the resources and support they needed to thrive. This approach fostered innovation and creativity, allowing each brand to flourish under the General Motors umbrella. It was a brilliant strategy, and it laid the foundation for GM's future success. Durant's vision and leadership transformed General Motors into one of the most successful and influential companies in the world. His legacy continues to inspire and shape the automotive industry to this day. The 1920s were a time of great change and prosperity in America. The country was experiencing an economic boom, and with it came a wave of new technologies and cultural shifts that would shape the future. Cities were bustling with energy, and the American lifestyle was evolving rapidly. The Roaring Twenties, they called it. It was an era marked by jazz music, flapper dresses, and a sense of unbridled optimism. People were flocking to nightclubs and speakeasies, dancing the Charleston and celebrating newfound freedoms. The nightlife was vibrant and the parties were legendary. And GM was right there in the thick of it, leading the charge with style and innovation. The automotive industry was booming, and General Motors was at the forefront, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Their factories were buzzing with activity, producing cars that were not only functional, but also stylish and desirable. One of the key figures during this era was Alfred P. Sloan. A visionary leader, Sloan understood the potential of the automobile industry and was determined to make GM a dominant force. His leadership would prove to be transformative for the company and the industry as a whole. He took over as president of GM in 1923 and brought with him a new approach to business. Sloan was not just a businessman, he was a strategist. He believed in the power of organization and efficiency, and he set out to implement these principles at GM. Sloan was a master organizer and a numbers guy. He meticulously analyzed data and used it to make informed decisions. His approach was methodical and calculated, ensuring that every move GM made was backed by solid research and planning. He implemented a divisional structure that gave each brand more autonomy while maintaining centralized control. This innovative structure allowed GM to be more agile and responsive to market demands, fostering a culture of innovation and competition within the company. Under Sloan's leadership, GM focused on research and development. They established dedicated R&D departments, attracting some of the brightest minds in engineering and design. This commitment to innovation was a driving force behind GM's success. They invested heavily in new technologies and designs, always striving to stay ahead of the competition. From advanced engine designs to cutting-edge safety features, GM was constantly pushing the envelope, setting new standards for the industry. This led to some truly groundbreaking vehicles. Each new model was a testament to GM's commitment to excellence and innovation. Their cars were not just modes of transportation, they were symbols of progress and modernity. The Cadillac V16, for example, was a masterpiece of engineering, a symbol of luxury and power. It was a car that turned heads and set new benchmarks for performance and elegance. The V16 was a statement, a declaration that GM was a leader in the luxury automobile market. It was the first car in the world to offer a 16-cylinder engine, and it cemented Cadillac's reputation as a leader in luxury automobiles. The V16 was not just a car, it was an experience, offering unparalleled power and refinement. But GM wasn't just focused on the high-end market. They understood that the future of the automobile industry lay in making cars accessible to the masses. This vision led to the development of more affordable models that could be enjoyed by everyday Americans. They also introduced affordable cars for the everyday man. The Chevrolet Series AA Capital was one such model, designed to offer style and reliability at a price point that was within reach for many families. It was a car that brought the dream of car ownership to life for countless Americans. The Chevrolet Series AA Capital was a huge success, offering style and reliability at a price point that made car ownership accessible to a wider audience. It was a car that embodied the spirit of the Roaring Twenties, combining practicality with a touch of glamour. GM was democratizing the automobile, making it a part of the American dream. By offering a range of vehicles that catered to different needs and budgets, GM ensured that the automobile was no longer a luxury for the few, but a reality for the many. This vision of accessibility and innovation would continue to drive GM forward, shaping the future of the automotive industry for decades to come. After World War II, America was booming. The economy was strong, families were growing, and there was a sense of optimism in the air. And what better symbol of that optimism than the automobile? GM was ready to meet the demands of this new era. They had the manufacturing might, the engineering prowess, and most importantly, the vision to create cars that captured the spirit of the times. The Chevrolet Bel Air, introduced in 1950, was the epitome of post-war American cool. The Bel Air was sleek, stylish and affordable. It was the car that every family aspired to own. It represented freedom, mobility and the promise of a brighter future. And let's not forget about those tail fins. The Bel Air's iconic design became synonymous with the 1950s, a symbol of American prosperity and ingenuity. But it wasn't just about looks. GM was also making significant advances in safety and technology. They introduced power steering, power brakes and automatic transmissions, making cars easier and more enjoyable to drive. They were constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries of